Archanam, saying his glories, or chanting his name. Vishnu Smaranam, remembering the name of the Lord always. Pada Sevanam, service of the Lord. And the altar, when the puja, wash his feet, feel that it is his service. And Archanam, Archanam means puja. Bandhanam, Bandhana is praise, prostration, praise. Darsham, servitude, or the idea of I am your servant, like Hanuman used to think about to Rama. Shakhyam, friendship. What is friendship? Friendship is surrendering one's body, mind, and soul.
No, that is
Atmanivedanam. Then a person who offers his ninefold is equal.
It's called cultivating loving intimacy with him.
Hey, friendship. Friendship means one God is a friend means you don't get afraid of God. First, love for God does not first start spiritual life. God is fear. If you don't do, then God will punish you. It is
The wrath of God. The wrath of God.
Wrath of God. That is in the early Hinduism, the worship of different Rudra. God is fearful God. He may not be pleased with you. So that's why, oh Rudra, please help me, please don't kill us. That type of verses in the.
So that's how this popular saying goes, Maharaj. Fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Fear of God.
Fear of God is what?
The beginning of wisdom.
The beginning of wisdom. Oh, I see.
Because people are really in the society get straightened into the regularity because of fear. If you don't do sin, you will go to hell. All this concept. But though ultimately there is no hell, there is nothing. But fear starts religion. Swamiji also in a lecture said all these things. But when you grow in love, that is the beauty of Christ. What Christ did, the God in Judaic religion, God was a punishing God. If you do wrong, then you will be in punishment. And so out of that fear, when Christ being the religion, he brought the religion of love. That's my father, my own father. No, there is no question of fear. And so, and then friendship is much dearer. He is my friend. You can open your heart to a friend easily. There is no restriction. You need not have to say, how shall I say this, shall I do that? If I don't do, what will happen? No even sense of superiority is there. Superiority, inferiority is there. It is closeness. So Sakya Bhav is that way great. Sakyam. So placing oneself as his disciple, his dasu, and his friendship, that is placing full trust in him as in a friend. You can trust that he will be always with me. Friend remains with a friend. Who is called a friend? Friend is a friend who remains with one in a time of distress, in the time of joy, suffering, does not leave him. And there is Bandhu, Shakha, these are different terminology in Sanskrit. There are one type of friendship. That friendship is that when you have money, you have very other wealth and everything, everyone flocks around you and they're a good friend. Swami Vivekananda, when he was rich and his father was alive and he was so sweet and so powerful and so charismatic, and there is no end of his friends around. But when he himself, his father died and he fell into the worst condition of financial condition, has no food, nothing. There's no friend to ask, hey Naren, why do I see your face so, hey, have you not dry, have you not taken any food, what is going on in your home? No one inquires, excepting one or two. We heard that one and two, they are called the friend. Those stand at the time of your difficulty. Best sign of a friendship is that he who stands at the point of your difficulty to support you.
But some people are like that. I mean, if it's true friendship, then they will be there for you regardless. But I'm thinking like the friendship you would have with God is obviously not like a reciprocal friendship, because God doesn't expect.
God but we expect
the
it
same
is not from God's. No, it is not from the God's side. It is all from our side.
Yeah, exactly.
How we keep a relationship between. He's the Lord of the universe. So I cannot say this. I cannot do this. I cannot. He will be he will be angry. He will look at me, frown me. So these are the fear. Yeah. And then you move on, and come to the point to a friendship. Oh, he is my friend. What to fear about? I don't have to fear about anything. So closeness is coming. And then Atmanivedanam, when you surrender yourself to him, then it's gone. It is he only resides. There is no other object there, no other. So these are the 9 stages, and they will talk about that. Now, we have read that. Now, third and fourth part, third, fourth, fifth. We can go third, fourth, and fifth. They are together. Savai manaha Krishna padarvinda dayo. Savai mana Krishna padarvindyo Archangsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnane Archangsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnane Karau Harer Mandiramarjanadishu Karau Harer Mandiramarjanadishu. You cannot read, you know Hindi.
Huh? The words.
Yeah.
It's hard, if you haven't read for a long time, then it's very hard to figure out.
But Hindi is the same. Sanskrit and Hindi. At least you know the letters.
The last I studied Sanskrit was in my 8th grade.
Oh, no, I also don't know Sanskrit much, but Hindi letters I know.
Okay.
Acha. Shooting Chakara Chuto Sat Katho Daye. Shooting Chakara Chuto Sat Katho Daye. Mukunda Linga Laya Darshani Drisho. Mukunda Lingana Asun Aloyo Darshani Drisho. Tadvritya অবশ্য তদ্ভৃত্য কোথায় গেল তদ্ভৃত্য গাত্র স্পর্শোগসঙ্গমম তদ্ভৃত্য গাত্র স্পর্শোগসঙ্গমম ঘ্রাণং চ তৎপাদ সরোজসৌরভে ঘ্রাণং চ তৎপাদ সরোজসৌরভে শ্রীমত্তুল্যস্যাং রসনাং তদর্পিতে শ্রীমত্তুল্যস্যাং রসনাং তদর্পিতে পাদৌ হরে ক্ষেত্র পদানুসর্পণে পাদৌ হরে ক্ষেত্র পদানুসর্পণে শিরো ঋষিকেশ পদাভিবাদনে বন্দনে শিরো ঋষিকেশ পদাভিবন্দনে কামং চ দাস্যে নতু কামকাময়া কামং চ দাস্যে নতু কামকাময়া যথোক্তম শ্লোক উত্তম শ্লোক যথা you have to break in proper place yatha uttama sloko janasrayamatihi yatha uttama sloko janasrayamatihi. Baba, big Sanskrit word. So they are explaining what is called here are Narada's words on the same ninefold expression of the devotion. What he is talking about? The first is Shravanam, Kirtanam. It is said that Shuka, this Shuka is talking about giving the example of the king Ambharisha, I do not know, as an ideal devotee. Shuka is giving an example in his description, probably quoting there is this Bhakta was Ambarish, he is an ideal devotee. Why? So, that king Ambarish, he was a king, he had his mind engaged in the contemplation of Krishna's feet. Saboi manaha Krishna padara vindau. That means he used to engage, keep himself in worshipping the feet of the Lord. Though being a king, he engaged himself in the worship. So that's the first point. Or Bachansi Vaikuntha Gunanu Varnane. Bacha means the speech. His speech used to always describe, not mundane talk, but always used to talk about the glory of the Lord, Lord's excellence, the holy words of the Lord, and also he used to speak about the glory of the Lord. So see that all the senses are dedicated to God. That is the meaning. His mind is meditating at the feet of the Lord. Manaha sabui mano Krishna padara vindayor orchangsi. Archa means pujanam. That means mentally he used to worship the feet of the Lord and mentally, not in physical, but mentally. Manas puja, you can say. That means best utilization of your organ, mind, is thinking of God. So this Ambarish, king, he simultaneously running his kingdom, but his mind was engaged in worshipping the feet of the Lord. And his Bachangsi, when he speaks, he was speaking about the glory of the Lord, praise of the Lord. Bachangsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvartane. Vaikuntha means the heaven. Heaven means where God resides. That means God's glories. Karu Hare Mandiramarjana Disu. The hand. What is the best utilization of the hand? In bhakti. You go to the temple, in Indian temples, or in stone paved, stone paved floor. So you have to clean, not like mopping or machine is now that like that. Nowadays we do like that. But in early days people will have to do by their own hand. Huh?
They should say Korseva.
Korseva to another meaning probably. Korseva means what? Punjabis do that Korseva.
Yeah, Gurumukhi, Gurudwara, they do with hand. They wipe the floor and all this.
That's called Korseva.
Yeah.
Okay.
Physical labor when you do.
Charu, mostly. So one of the most
To
important thing you can donate in Gurdwara, Charu. One time I was just giving Charu after Charu because
So you are purchasing jhadu and giving to them.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
cleaning, yeah.
Charu and
What's
shawl
charu?
in Gurdwara.
Like
Just sweep.
oh, okay.
Broom.
We have machine now,
Yeah.
but in those
So in
days,
Amritsar, there's a Golden Temple. If you go, they are wiping and in that way with hand like that. It's very important.
that means your hand is utilized in the service of God. Well, how the service of God? The temple is service. God is God's temple. So you clean with your hand. In India, all the temples, marble or stone temples, people will have to do that. In our that idea when Swami Atmasthanandaji, he was the general secretary or assistant general secretary. He suddenly one day he said, "Why in Mother's temple, Belur Holy Mother's temple, and what you call the Raja Maharaja's temple, Swamiji's temple, these are all temples. The cleaning of the all temple,
Shrine.
Yes,
In a shrine.
in a shrine they do, Pujari does. Outside around when you circumambulate the temple. So who will clean? So there were probably or some sweepers, they sweep the floor around the temple. leaves and other things to clean them. And one day he called the training center in charge. These brahmacharis, this is the work of brahmacharis. They should do it. Why the paid person will do it? It is mother's temple. They should have to do themselves. So in one fatwa he gave, and all the brahmacharis from since that day, if you go today also, you'll find that brahmacharis are sweeping around mother's temple. One group in Swamiji's temple, another is Raja Maharaj's temple, and also the steps where the devotees climb up, and also the floor outside the inner sanctum, inner around outside. Inner is done by the pujari himself. So this is Karashava. That you can say that they have, that is the way.
And also in Buddhist monastery, in that they do the same thing. Buddhist temple, they have mostly wooden structure, so they always carry some cloth in hand, walking and all this. All the time they are cleaning. I saw one monk. He had one piece of cloth, and when he walks, he puts his step there and he walks like this way. So whenever he's walking, the floor gets clean. So keep the thing all the time clean.
But I think in Japanese Zen temples, the cleaning is part of the spiritual practice, because they have specific ways of like cleaning the Zen temples, and they integrate it, so it's like.
To do that part.
When Proshun went first to Belur Math, one letter he wrote when he first arrived, that get up in the morning and then have to constantly mop. That includes the stairs as well. They read that letter here.
So, meaning that a bhakta will spend his day how? By this way. His hand will be utilized in cleaning the temple, the altar. Not you. At the beginning, people don't see God everywhere. Cannot see. Those who can, it's not for them. But those who have not that, at least they say, oh, that's why when someone says, will you cook some bhogam for Thakur? No, the devotees get excited. Even they are very tired, very busy, but they make their way because they think that is a service to God. That's one type of emotion, spiritual emotion develops. And fulfillment idea comes that I'm done for God. But whole day they are doing the same thing. In a developed stage, they will think in the office, what did I do? By every action, by every sending email, these are all the work of the Lord. That's the advanced state. But we cannot, at the beginning state, that spirit does not come. When you do something in the temple, related in the puja or chanting or doing some prostration or singing some bhajan, we think, yes, I have done something spiritual. So this is so here this ninefold idea is also given here, that the king Ambaris used to think by his mind in the divine Krishna and his abode, that is Krishna Padarabindayo and Vachansi Vaikuntha Gunanuvartane. When the speech, Thakur said, he also another place it is said, your words are like the words bheka. Bhek means frog.
What?
Frog.
A frog. What means frog?
Frog means
Beka.
there is another word in another.
Beka is frog.
Yeah.
Not Beka.
V.
BH.
Beka.
BHEK.
Not Viveka.
No.
BHEK. Bheka. Bek. He said, like we talk whole day. What nonsense talk we talk? It is like the croaking voice of the frog whole night. In India, we get it. When rainy season comes, whole night they disturb your sleep. It's continuously going on. Wow, how. So you are talking whole day. What you are talking? It is like a frog. Disturbance to other. Meaning, parallelism is that if you talk about God, then it is meaningful. If you talk about anything else, it is like a croaking voice of the disturbance, not bringing good to anyone. Mundane, material, selfish talk, business, and Whatever you do for your job essential, that's okay.
Especially gossip is very injurious to spiritual health.
Yeah.
Well, most
And
entertaining.
most entertaining, and everyone likes this chutney. You spice, you add, and you will.
We exaggerate things.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exaggerate and see how you can make it more colorful and very attractive, and it can be interesting to others. All based on false ideas. So that is the way our words are wasted. I sometimes really think that if one day you have your now computer and everything, just keep that on from morning till night, and then you listen to yourself and see that what you have talked for. It will be how many gigabyte no key, how much it will take in the morning till night. The way we talk, all mundane, worthless, useless. There are important things for your
2 gigabytes. 2
Two-
gigabytes.
2 gigabytes.
So that means a major portion of whatever a normal person speaks, I'm not talking about people involved in spiritual life, is the major portion is rubbish actually.
Spiritual people may talk about. We are reading this.
But even if you don't
This
talk
is-
outward, you will talk in your mind.
That
Yeah,
is
we have a
greater.
incessant.
But that you can catch next. Has to stop here. Then you catch there. You are not careful here. Why will you care to know what is going on there? There we even when we sit for meditation, we talk.
Very true.
How many talks you talk when you meditate?
All the time.
All the time. No question. There is not chattering outside. People are not listening. But you are sending thought currents going on here and running here and there.
That
So
has become so involuntary. So chanting helps to control that.
yeah, well, substitute. That's the point. It's reading the scriptures, discussing on that. It is something utilization of this speech energy. It's an energy, tremendous energy. Bhak Shakti, it is called the Bhak Shakti, the power. Even when mantra Shakti comes, the Shakti of the mantras come by constant repetition. How the mantras become powerful. Guru gave us mantra. It seems nothing for us. But if one really continuously acts on that, it becomes powerful. Tremendous power comes out of it. And that power gives you the realization, God realization. Holy Mother is saying, Japat Siddhi. By japa, you will be attaining Siddhi, means perfection.
Did you say that utilization of finger?
The counting. Ma said that this finger, God has given this finger for what? To repeat the name of the Lord. Holy Mother, simple. There's not big philosophy, nothing saying. What is the best utilization? Why you don't do the rosary? Rosary is good also. But God has given you the finger. When you are walking, that, utilize your
Yeah,
finger.
because
Count.
you don't need an extra.
Extra rosary is not necessary. Finger is the rosary. You
But
need
I
not
thought-
know not to remember. You need to remember how many times it did. But if you make a practice, you will find that our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj, or many of our old Swamis, when they die, you see their finger is here or here, their counting position. It has become so spontaneous in their behavior that whenever your finger goes here, it makes a synchronized effect. By practicing, you are remembering and then counting 1, 2. No. First we start that way. And then it becomes so spontaneous that when your finger comes here, it will automatically remind you. It goes that side to this side. First starts chant the mantra and go on counting. Beginning. It is what is the efficacy of that? Efficacy is that if you can synchronize that way, your utterance and your finger, two together, a moment will come when you are absent-minded, but your finger is here, your mind will resonate in that. In the evening prayer, nowadays people are all in meditative mood, no one chants. But previously it was a style. Gum, gum, Jai Sri Rama Krishna, Jai Sri Ram. Now, someday you do probably. You are new and enthusiast. Our old people are all tired. So they don't do much.
That's because last time I was here, the previous times I was here, Anu always used to chant. So I just thought also,
Good.
I just continued.
Good, not on it is tradition for so many years.
Yeah.
Every evening, prayer time, everyone used to chant Jai Sri Rama Krishna. Jai. Now, suppose you have practiced long. When you get the strike, your mind starts saying Jai Sri Rama Krishna. That's a synchronizing effect. So this is the benefit of.
Maharaj, but I got rosary, so I should not do rosary.
Why not? You do when you are sitting in meditation. But what time you are doing now? When you are walking from the cart to here, what do you do? What your finger is doing? Nothing. When you are walking, when you are talking to people, let go on your finger. You can go mental worship, mental repetition of the holy name. That finger is utilized in that way. Mother said, according if you believe what my holy mother said is important, then you can take that. Meaning that how we can remember God all the time and how we can eliminate other thoughts which are non-divine or for the ignorant mind. Don't being always the highest idea. Everything is God. Then we don't have to read this book. But if it is not for God, that's why you are reading. I have no idea everything is God. I know intellectually, but not in my practice. So I am trying to practice this. So if there is a value of counting in the finger, and mother said, and God has given these fingers only to purify the hand.
But is it true that when you actually, if you're using your fingers to count, that you actually shouldn't show others when
No,
you're
why will you show? If it is sincere, you go. You are doing like that. Who is watching your finger? If he is so keen, let him watch. Let him or her watch. And you are not doing anything bad. Let them watch. Let them get inspiration. Hey, see, he's watching, but he's
But
doing
isn't
it.
it also because it's mudras, so it's like activating something when you
That
do
may
it?
be another.
I was told that.
I do not know. These
Okay.
are spiritual
That's a
values.
sign.
They call it the energy level here, and here it touches, and that. There are different explanations. I don't know
Yeah.
what is the energy connection.
Well, I don't know. That's
No, there may be. I don't. But immediate benefit is that it is beneficial for our growth, spiritual growth. And so the speech is describing the Lord's excellence. His hands is cleaning the temple of the Hari. Karau Harer Mandira Marjana. So here, Karau, Karaseva, as we just discussed, the Kara, one hand, it is only for cleaning the temple. Then that spirit, if it gets so much developed, then whenever you are doing some floor cleaning, you will think, I am cleaning the Lord. This idea will much more saturate in our heart. And Suting Chakara Chuta Satkatha Daye. Suti means hear. What you hear? Your hearing. Let your hearing be engaged in Chakaro Achyuta Satkatha Dayo. Achyuta means the Lord Krishna. Satkatha. Achyuta Satkatha. That Achyuta, the Satkatha, the holy words of the Lord, let your ear becomes purified when you hear Lord's name, Lord's glories, Lord's praise. So utilize your ear. Let it be utilized like that. And he used to utilize that way, the king, Ambarish. His ears in hearing the elevating narratives about the Lord. Mukunda Linga Layo Darshane. Darshana means let the eyes be utilized. How the eyes will be utilized. Mukunda Linga Laya Darshan. What is meaning? His eyes in seeing the temples with consecrated images of the Lord. That means where there is established images of Krishna, they are talking about Krishna. So there let your eyes always see the Krishna darshan, the images of the deity. Krishna Lingo Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drisho. Drisho means white Divachan, two eyes. This eye. Let the both eyes see only Mukunda Alaya. Sutnen Tad Bhrityo Gatra Sparsha Angasangamam. His sense of touch is contacting the feet of the devotee. His sense of touch is contacting the feet of his devotees. Of his devotees, means God's devotees. Acha. Tad bhakto. Oh, tad bhrityo. Oh, bhrityo gatro sparshe anga sangamam. Yeah, what is the meaning in another one? He used his eyes to see the symbolic image of Vishnu in the many temples of his worship. He brought himself into contact with the body of his votaries while attending to their personal comforts. Oh, that means he is serving his devotees with his physical body. No, that means with his hand, with his body, he is serving the bhakta seva. Simple word, bhakta seva. Then his sense of touch, if he wants to touch something, that's contacting the feet of his devotees. His devotees means God's devotees. God's devotees, if he find, that's why it is Vaishnava Bhaktas always go for serving the seva. They go to Vaishnava family. Any devotee comes in your home. I want to serve you. They will seva. Ki seva korte pari. What can I do for you? What service I can do? The thinking that they are God's devotee, so I should serve them. So seva. So with your hand, you wash your feet. The guest entertainment. No, like that. Auto seva also you can think like that. That those who are with a great spiritual teacher, their gurus and others, they serve personally their bodies, their feet. Who was there in Sri Chaitanya? Sri Chaitanya Dev, when he was in Puri Jagannath. What is his? Das? Gadadhar. Das Gadadhar. Anyhow. And Gadadhar or Das something, anyhow. So he used to serve every day when Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Dev used to come after whole day's ecstasy, singing, dancing, and he'll come back. There is a Gambhira. That place is called Gambhira, like Ramakrishna's Dakshineshwar, a small room. And he used to come, and then this Gadadhar or whoever, I forgot the name, he used to massage his feet.
Jagan Haridas?
No, Jagan Haridas was sold. He could not. But Chaitanya used to serve him. That was his. Chaitanya used to serve every day. He used to go before, after going to Jagannath, coming back, he will visit every day Jagan Haridas, every day, and take care of him, serve him. So here, when he used to come, he used to massage the feet and whole body massage. That was the sevak's duty. So one day, Sri Chaitanya came, and he actually was so tired, and he slept in such a way. His body was big body, no? So I don't know how many feet, 6 feet, some 1 2 inches taller than ordinary person. So he lay down in such a way his head is just near the door, and door is narrow. And when the sevak, this Gadadhar or Das Raghunath, I do not know who, when he came and tried to see, but Chaitanya Dev is totally resting, not aware of anything. So he said, my God, how can I serve him now? And so he has no way to get inside. But there is some space, if you can just walk over. But he's Guru, he's God himself. How can you enter inside and serve his feet? So, but he said, okay, whatever he thought, let me, service is necessary. It's service of him, a service to God. If I don't serve, his body will be aching and paining, because whole day's ecstasy and all these things. So what he did, he just walked over his head and found some space, and from there entered inside and started massaging. And Sri Chaitanya, after some time, he woke up. and said, Raghunath, or who he is finding out the origin. He said, Raghunath or Gadadhar, whatever.
Most likely Gadadhar, because the story is there. Gadadhar was kind of serving him and very much attached to Chaitanya. And he was also wanting to get the longing for sannyasa. He was asking that, give me sannyasa. And then he said, no, I don't want to give you. So he was just serving and was asking for it. Then finally, because he thought that if he gets sannyasa, then he can always stay with Chaitanya everywhere. So then he said that, okay, I will give you sannyasa, but I will give you kshetra sannyasa. In that kshetra, wherever you are, you have to be there and you have to do your practice all the life there only. And he said, okay, he agreed because he thought that he's in Puri anyways, and so where he will go, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from Puri. He said that, okay, I'm ready. Then he gave that Kshetra Sannyasa to him, and then he said that, no, now I am living from Puri to the southern India. So now he cannot go with that. That's how he broke his attachment with that.
No, this story is, maybe that is the story. But this one happened then when, at the middle of the night, or after some time when someone is massaging your feet and you got woke up. So Chaitanya, they woke up and said, hey, Haridas, or whatever. How did you enter here? He's putting that question. He said, yes, sir, I did a mistake. Not mistake, willful mistake. I have no other means but to serve you. How do I enter in unless I serve? So I crossed over your body. Do you know I am your guru and you crossed over my head, putting your feet over it? Do you know what happened? Well, I know I maybe have to suffer the hellish experience of hell, but I have done only to serve my guru, because if I don't do, my guru will be feeling pain, aches and pains when after, because of this whole day's ecstatic mood and things. Anyhow, so that's called para-bhakti. So not ordinary bhakti. Ordinary bhakti, we cannot do that. And if you do, really it is bad. But he feels so much for his suffering or pain to relieve his suffering that he does not care what happens to him. That is called the bhakti, the sign of great bhakti.
But can't there be cases of gurus who don't want their devotees to serve them, that they get tired and they just, they don't want any?
Yeah. No, see, they don't want. They should not. Real gurus do not want.
Yeah, exactly.
No. When a guru is God, and at least in our tradition, this is not very. It is the Vaishnava tradition, to service of the seva, guru seva, bhakta seva. They call seva. That language, of course, in our Ramakrishna order we took it, bhakta seva. When feeding ceremony comes, it is the bhakta seva. But this type of, exactly, it is more prevalent in the bhakti school, where they say service is the best thing, to serve your guru, serve your all this bhakta's bhakta, guru's disciple. That's why Thakur used to say, I am your devotee of the devotee. I want to serve there. So Tadgatra sparshane anga sangamam. That means his sense of touch is contacting the feet of his devotees. His devotees means God's devotees. And then Ghranam cha tatpada saroja saurabhe. His sense of smell in breathing the fragrance of the tulasi leaf used for his worship. We normally use the tulasi leaf two places, in the feet of Krishna, 2 feet. So that tulasi fragrance is very pure. So whatever they do, ghrana, you want to feel your smell, nose, joy of the nose is fragrance, is it not? That's why the industry, what is called perfume industry, $1 billion industry, no? Only perfume. Small perfume, $50. This dollar. All
$1,000.
Yeah,
1,000. This much small.
Yes,
Yeah, it
real
can be.
perfume.
Baba.
If it's real the parfum, yeah.
Oh, see?
Or 50,
Very
50
expensive.
Yeah.
the cheapest you will get.
Yeah, cheap. 50 is cheap.
Wow.
Fifty is actually
Good, I don't know this. So we prefer this costly perfume, no? But for a bhakta, what will be the perfume? Bhakta will perfume, take the perfume. That's why Vaishnava habit is there. Every day, some tulasi offered to the Lord, they take it and chew it every day. Vaishnava's family, in your family, was it not that?
Yes.
He comes from a very traditional Vaishnava family. So, and that is your fulfilling your what you call the fragrance. Tulasi leaves used for his worship. His sense of smell in breathing. They say not chewing. First is breathing. That itself. That's why Vaishnava school of thought there will be on Tulasi grove. It is a must. In every Vaishnava family, if you are a Vaishnava family, there should be a Tulasi plant in the home. In early days, it should be in the courtyard.
But is it still like that today in Vaishnava
Today,
families,
Vaishnava,
that they would have it?
if they have the, I think,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
if you have the option. But in this country, many people cannot
Yeah.
keep. But those who have restored this thing, they like to keep it. And they think that it is even said, if the tulasi does not grow in your room, in your home, you are not a bhakta.
Oh my God.
Oh, it
That's
doesn't grow in my yard.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Never.
that's what my mother,
Uh,
when she was visiting here,
hmm.
she told her that what do you eat and things. My tulsi is not growing.
That means you are eating bad food.
Yeah.
That's why bhakti is not happening. And tulasi does not grow means you are not a bhakta. It is said bhakta, in the house of a bhakta only tulasi grows. Tulasi is actually, it is very divine and pure.
Basil, they call it basil.
Basil.
It's
Oh,
a basil family.
Uh,
Yeah.
Tulsi is.
But big basil, even different size as black, little
Krishna Tulsi.
Krishna tulsi. So anyhow, so it is considered very holy for the Vaishnava practice. But smell, that's why you go to the Vrindavan, the Tulasi Grove,
Yeah.
Kunjaban.
there is grove, not only one plant, it is a whole, as almost like a forest.
yeah.
Eh?
In our house, there is a big, huge Tulsi
Mm.
plant.
Mm.
Is it a tree or a bush?
It's small.
It's
It's
like
a
you
herb.
তুলসী মঞ্চ
Oh, yeah, of course, basil.
তুলসী গাছে when you pour water you pray to tulsi that at the end so that I get some soil at your ground like
তুলসী
that.
তুলসী নারায়ণ তুমি
তোমার
তুলসী
শিরে ঢালি জল অন্তিমকালে পাই স্থল
No, if I want to plant water, oh Tulasi leaf, so that when I die, I can get my shelter at your feet. So that if I get your feet with you, I will also be at the feet of the Lord.
So that's why we put chandan
Chandan,
in the tulsi leaf and put in Thakur's
Hmm.
feet.
Hmm. And we also the mantra.
Yeah.
Mantra is what?
তুলসী তুলসী
No,
নারায়ণ
no, Sanskrit mantra we chant.
Oh, namaste.
Namaste. It's
Vishnave Paramatma.
See, here when you put the tulasi, we in the special puja we put tulasi. That namaste, oh Lord, I salute you, namaste, who is Bahurupaya, who has hold the cosmic form, Bahurupaya. Namaste, Bahurupaya, Vishnave, oh Lord Vishnu, who is pervades everywhere. Paramatma, who is the supreme Lord, I offer this myself along with the tulasi. It is a question of my surrendering to you, totally getting absorbed at your feet. So this is the surrendering attitude of the all-pervaded Vishnu. Not only the form of Vishnu is limited, but that Vishnu who pervades everywhere.
And there is a story of Satyabhama and Rukmini. That Satyabhama was Krishna's wife, and she was a little proud that she had
Her
a lot
bhakti
of
is good.
money.
more money and wealth. So she put one side all the gold ornament and everything.
Other side Krishna.
And then Satyabhama and
No,
other side is who? Rukmini.
Rukmini. So Satyabhama, Krishna said that give me something which is equivalent to me. So he said that I can give all the wealth and jewelry and all.
No,
So
that's
in
not
that,
the story.
No.
Give me. Then Narad came and he did a havan for Satyabhama so that Krishna becomes her favorite husband. As in, Krishna takes her as his favorite wife. So Satyabhama wanted to do that. And Narad did it. And then he said, okay, now I've done it. Now give me my dakshina. So what is the dakshina? I want Krishna.
Roma.
That's the most precious thing for you. I want Krishna.
So are there any tulsi plants in the monastery or
Yeah, we
garden?
have. We in
You
the garden,
have?
yeah.
Okay.
I know this story also is that. What
No,
else?
that's what. So then Satyabhama said, no, I don't want to give Krishna. Give me any other alternate. And so this was all planned, pre-planned by Krishna. Of course, because he wanted to break Satyabhama's ego. And so he said, okay, why don't you give me anything that can weigh gold and wealth?
Weigh equal to Krishna.
Actually, not gold and wealth. He said, give
Anything.
me
Precious.
precious something
Precious
that can
something.
weigh equal to Krishna. And so there was a weighing balance, and Krishna was sitting
one
on
side.
one side, and the other side she would bring all the gold and all the wealth and
Jewelry.
everything. Nothing happened. It didn't even move. Then all the other queens to help Satyabhama, they brought their own gold and wealth. Nothing moved. And so eventually, like the whole heap of gold and wealth was there. Krishna did not move. And then they went to Rukmini. That okay, you are the most intelligent and most this wise wives. So why don't you tell us what to do? So she said, okay, remove all of this.
Take one tulsi
And she
leaf.
took one tulsi leaf, wrote the name of Krishna on it, and said, okay, now offer it with all your heart and soul. And she put it on the wing, and then
On the scale.
it was heavy, and then it balanced, or it was
It was
heavier
more
than Krishna.
heavier
One
than-
of those.
Yeah, this scale was not coming. It is Krishna was. This is not coming up, and now with the soul, it become like that.
So there are two morals they say. One is that the name of Lord
Is more
is
powerful.
equal or more powerful than Lord. And second one is if you offer anything with pure devotion and love, that would be accepted by Lord. I think there are two morals to this.
So many stories are there, and devotional school is a different way. It is just on the rational thinking. You cannot make everything rational there. But main thing we understand is the spirit of the heart, your love, your total dedication.
So the friendship we are having, the relationship we are having with the Lord is not a conventional one as we are having with other people around here. So it doesn't incorporate the give and take policy that we have in normal friendship. We need to do without any expectations.
Even in this material world, the give and take thing, it is very business-like. It does not linger long. If you don't give, then I am gone. But that should go to more and more how much I can give without anything in return. That is a higher. And that is called the, when you really fall in love with any divine entity, then you can give more and more. That's why people give up everything for God and just be a wandering monk and things. But giving everything, they don't keep anything back.
Selfless love.
Selfless. Then what is that point? Granam হয়ে গেল, the smell, the sense of smell in breathing the fragrance of the tulsi leaf used for his worship, and his tongue in tasting the food offered to him. Granam tat pad saurabhe srimat tullasyang rasanang tadarpite. Srimat tullasya. What does it? I am not breaking properly. Rasanang tadarpite. If the rasana is the test, it is only whatever is offered to him, tadarpito, offered to God. We call prasad. As we normally every day think that it is a prasad, we offer it to God, that's why, and it comes back. And then you think that it is pure food, sacramental food. And then padu hare kshetra padanu sarpane. God has given you feet, Don't wander around the world. Go around the holy places of pilgrimage. That's why it says that with his feet he went on pilgrimage to places where Sri Hari is worshipped. And his head, Shiro, Rishikesho, Padabhivandane. Rishikesha Pada, the Pada means feet of Rishikesha, Narayana. His head is made prostration to him everywhere. That's why the purpose of your head to bow down at the feet of the Lord. Wherever you go, in whatever temple, wherever, salute him. So he is using how our hand, feet, eyes can be utilized and you can be moved or put for God or God's images or God's prasada or God's offered tulasi like that. And
So, Maharaj,
uh,
that type of prostration is called sashtanam, right? It's complete surrender to the Lord.
that is coming next. Shiro kamang chadase nanu natu kama kammaya jatha uttama sloko janasraya ratihi. Rati means love. That love for uttama sloka. Uttama sloka is Narayan, Krishna. That he lived in a way that would generate deep-seated love for the Lord and his devotees. So this book will translate little living differently. He used his head in bowing down to the feet of Rishikesha. He enjoyed the pleasure of wearing garlands and anointment with sandal paste more to receive the livings of his deity than to derive personal pleasure. That's why they offered mala. If Vaishnava temple or anywhere you go, the pujari will sometimes offer, throws away the garland. In Vrindavan I have seen. Suppose tons of mala comes, they put it in the Krishna's Bake Bihari and other areas. And sometimes they will throw like that. And devotees are running to catch one and then put it in their own. That means you are having the fragrant flowers and garland which is offered to the God, you then enjoy, not for pleasure, but for feeling his touch, feeling his presence.
Because those flowers were earlier in contact with the Lord.
It was given to Lord and it was in contact with his holy image, so it has that purity has come, so you use it, which is offered to Lord. Prasad, that's why it is simply the sense of prasad. So this book said, we have read, this book said the same verses, translate differently. He, the king Rishava, placed his mind on the lotus feet of Vishnu, applied his hands to the cleansing and adorning the temple, sometimes decorating the temple. Hand. With the hand, Vaishnava temples always, they see in the puja time, all the nuns, how they decorate the altar, putting some flower here, there, even not the deity, but adoring the altar itself, because it is Lord is seated there, so that also should be decorated. So that is the and his adoring the temple, his ears to the hearing of the good words concerning him. That means when someone is doing Harikatha, who is talking about God's glory, their ears, they listen. And nowadays you can say, you leave some YouTube lectures, where you get some inspirational bhajan singing going on. Many of them, according to their own taste, they sing the song. But a bhakta will listen always the song which is glorifying the Lord, kirtan, bhajan. He used his eyes to see the symbolic image of Vishnu, the eyes' purpose in the many temples of his worship. Not only in one temple, wherever he goes, he only wants to see the Lord in the shrine. Jhaki darshan also means when you go to Vrindavan, they close with a screen and suddenly little few seconds open and again close. What's the purpose of that? Because that gives you that you are to attentive, you have to wait when he will give his darshan. Your attention should be focused to see him. just it comes in a split second, and if you miss that, then you'll have to wait longer. He brought himself into contact with the body of his votaries. Votaries means devotees, while attending to their personal comforts. So Bhakta, here the king of Rishabha, he utilized his body to the service of the devotees. He used his organ of smell in enjoying the fragrance of the lotus of his feet. He used his palate in tasting the leaves of the sacred tulasi. He used his feet in waking to the temple of Vishnu. He used his head in bowing down to the feet of Rishikesha. He enjoyed the pleasure of wearing garlands and anointment with sandal paste more to receive the livings of his deity than to derive personal pleasures. Now again they will be talking about the same. Here are Narada's words on the ninefold expression of devotion. That means this ninefold devotion was preached in many places. That's a school of thought that you are to use yourself, your Sravana, Kirtana, Dasya, here, the same verse probably. Sravanang, Kirtanang Chasya, Smaranang Mahatangate, सेवेज्जा वनतीर्दास्यं सख्यम आत्मसमर्पणम सुतम संकीर्तितो ध्यान पूजितश्च आदृतोपि नृणां धुनति भगवान् हंस्थो जन्मायुनाशनम शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति. The same ideas are repeated by different places in different quotes. And then they will talk about, after finishing these 32 verses, they will take up each one. Sravana and then Manana, like Sravana. Then what is Sravana? They will elaborately talk about that.
This is an interesting teaching. It's like using the senses to enjoy the worldly pleasures rather than to experience God and His attributes.
Yeah, and Bhakta can enjoy the world. That is the point. But not as a world, but it is a prasad, God's prasad. God is behind. That's why normal idea is that to see God behind the objects which is pulling our attention. Bhakta will not ignore. Jnani may say it is not this. No. Vedanta says these are all unreal, so this is all temporary. So not this. Don't get attached. Don't go look at that. That is their path. But you see the Brahman. Not this, but Chidananda Rupa. Shivoham. I am Naham, but Chidananda Rupa. But Bhakta says everything is God's creation. God is behind everything. So you see something. You can see the beauty of that, but see God is coming out through that. The Lord is Vishnu, who pervades everywhere. It is His glory coming out, His beauty coming out, His fragrance coming out. We offer the incense. Meaning, who smells it? Ultimately, it enters your nose. Thakur Holy Mother said, as your hand get full of fragrance when you use the flowers, fragrant flowers in your hand, use it for a long time. Or when you do the puja, performing every time incense and offering this, your hand becomes smeared with some fragrance. But it is a prasad, not for your joy. That's why we say don't purchase the incense and smell yourself, because it should go to Him and then you get the prasad. The prasad idea. That means it is saying not the sense experience as a material experience, but it is a spiritual experience. Make it spiritual.
So whatever things we are doing on a daily basis, if we just offer it to God, we just think we are doing it for God's sake, then it becomes spiritual.
But we may say that it does not literally, we can experience. It should come to experience afterwards. We should start practicing and then feel, yes, so suppose what we do when good prasad comes. Nandita has done big Rasgulla and it has been offered to the Lord. Or bhaji, different bhaji has come, muri has come. I like that. So what happened? So when I see that, I'm eating. I'm eating, not thinking it is God's prasad. It is not purifying me. It is like any sunset experience. But if I can develop, my whole body will be purified because I am taking in the prasad. In Chandogya Upanishad there is a verse. When you offer to God, how it becomes prasad. It says that the rays of light comes from the deity. Deva nasnanti na pivanti. Gods do not, asnanti means eating, as we eat. They don't eat like that. Na pivanti. They don't drink like that. We take a glass of water and finish it. No? They don't drink like that. What they do? Deva nasnanti na pivanti drishtva trippanti. When they look at that, if you give it love, their glance comes. And then that glance touches the food. And that purifies because it is coming from the divine. And Thakur had the exact vision. Thakur used to offer Ma the food plates and other thing. And you read the description, there he said, Mother's two eyes, rays of light came out of Mother and ঠাকুর বাংলায় বলেছেন লক 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 করে সব ছুঁয়ে দিল লক লক করে মানে the tongue you touch lick it was licking as it were. The ray of light came and fall on the food and licking all the food and the energy went back and then it becomes pure. That is amrit, because the amrit, that gracious glance of the Lord has purified them. And what he has eaten then? The essential devotion what you have given. Not the material thing remains. You give 8 Rasgulla, it will remain 8 Rasgulla. Normally. And that is the one exceptional story is there for the boy. That's a different thing. But in most of the cases, whatever you offer, exactly you can count. All has come back.
But the blessing, the process of the blessing, it is to be understood literally, right? It's not just symbolic. It's literal.
No, if you, as a bhakta, you should have to think that way. Otherwise, it is eating food.
Okay, but let's say within this order, like Advaita Vedanta, does it perceive?
Of course,
it's literal.
No, we will have to think it. Yes, it is prasad. When you are in Vedantic oneness, there is no question of this perceiver, eating, eater.
I think that's literal as well as symbolic. That's what I feel. I mean, that's true to that fact as well, and also it applies to other things. For example, that's what I said. You do something on a daily basis, you offer it to God, just like food. Whatever you eat, you offer it to God. You do prayers, and that becomes a prasad.
Because, for example, within the Christian church, the Eucharist, the communion. For Catholics, it's a literal thing. That it's actually the body and the blood of Christ. But for Protestants, they've kind of circumvented that problem by saying it's symbolic. So they view it differently.
Ultimate, from Vedantic perspective, everything is Brahman. Everything is pure. Satchidananda. Whatever you are doing, it is not pure, it is impure, it is all pure. Your wrong interpretation, you are thinking it is impure. And you are the enjoyer and that is to be enjoyed. Vedanta will say it is all your false imagination. Might not come back to the truth. Hold on to that. When you are, that's why Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, that is the unity idea. What is Brahman? What you are eating, that is Brahman. The hand with which you are eating, this hand is Brahman. The food you give in, that is also Brahman. And the heat energy which is consuming the food, that is also Brahman. It is Sarbo. And if you see Brahman everywhere, then you will have the experience of Brahman. So this is Vedantic idea. That's also idea. And here you can think that yes, it has been mentally. When you chant mantra, you can mentally offer. The Lord is putting his glance and it has become pure. There is a question how to purify. These are all different methodologies to feel that how my mind becomes pure and pure and pure. Mind becomes pure, not Atman. Atman, there is nothing to be purified. It is all the time pure. Atman mixed with mind has become polluted. So our whole spiritual practice, in whatever process you follow, bhakti school, meditation school, karma yoga school, it is all purification of our mind and purification only. So to that attention is to be given. Am I purifying myself? Thinking this way.
So Atman was never polluted. I mean, Atman equals purity.
Atman is the purity. Atman is Satchidananda. Atman, there is no trace of anything there. But it is my misconception. I am seeing it differently because of my mind. And this mind is the cause of my showing this universe this way. If the mind is mindless, right, then there is no world dissolves. There is no question of world at all. Jai Sri Guru Maharaj Ji ki Jai. So I will not be giving the class till the 9th of January. But I think that Mahajogananda Maharaj may give this class. I have told once, but I think he will be giving if you come.
Only
on Tuesday. Not on Thursday. So Tuesday. Only next Tuesday he will give a class.
Okay.
Okay. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma. হ্যাঁ টি একটু হলে ভালোই তো চলুন চা খাওয়া যায় let us have a cup of tea তাহলে heat up
Okay, Harati is at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock so you want to have a cup of tea
Sure.
so go and help him
No free lunch.